Good morning, everyone. UNEP at the rate 50. That means this year, United Nations Environment Program, it has celebrated its 50th anniversary, right? In the year 1972, there was this Stockholm Conference and Stockholm Conference on Human Environment. Do you remember the Stockholm Conference on Human Environment? So in that, the formation of UNEP was held, right? And if question comes, this is important, what are the reports that UNEP publishes? So you can read about this. These are factual things, right? Emission gap report, global environment outlook, frontiers, invest into healthy planet. So these are some of the publishment. These are some of the reports that annually UNEP will publish in order to give some details regarding the change in trend in the environment, how environment is going, what are the trends that is happening, whether environment is degrading, which country is trying to put effort, in which places environment degradation is reducing. So everything you will undergo, you will get a good knowledge in this reports. Apart from that, apart from the reports, there are also some campaigns. Campaign like Beat Pollution, UN 75, World Environment Day, Wild for Life. So these are the major campaigns of UNEP. So you can see these are the milestones and timeline of UNEP just after its formation in the year 1972, what has been there. So out from them, what is important, I can tell you this. In the year 1973, the formation, okay, the adoption of CITES is very, very important. Do you remember regarding CITES? Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, right? So, yes. So, looking into more about CITES, India ratified in the year, India agreed to CITES in 1976, as you can see, right? Its secretariat is in Geneva. It's legally binding. That means the countries which ratifies, which agrees to the terms and conditions of CITES, they must have to follow the rules and regulations. That is called as legally binding, bounded by law. Legally, they will, as if they will sign some kind of contract. Okay, so under CITES, there are appendix, 3 appendix. Appendix 1, those species, it could be any flora, any fauna, that means any plant or animal, those species which are threatened with extinction, okay, those are under appendix 1. Those have been categorized. That means their protection has been given the first preference. Then appendix 2, species not treated with extinction but can become extinct if trade is not controlled, right? Illegal trading or trading for money, if it's not controlled, then those species are having a very much high tendency that from threatened they could become endangered, or from endangered they will undergo extinction. So these are comes under appendix 2. Okay, then if you see appendix 3, so species includes species for which a range of countries has asked other parties to help in controlling international trade. Now what happens, certain control of species is not possible for one country. Suppose if there is illegal trade that is taking place from India to other parts of the country, from India to suppose let me say to Turkey, suppose I'm just giving you an example, then what Indian government will do? Indian government will ask the Turkish government that, see, illegal trading regarding this particular species is going on from our country to your country. So now we require your help. You please check the borders, check the roadways, check wherever there is this species coming, if there is any illegal trading. If yes, please stop it. Please prevent it. So this comes under Appendix 3, where there is the integration of two parties in order to stop the illegal trading. Now, when CITES comes, another thing that should come to your mind. How many of you have watched? And those who have not watched this movie, okay, like me, I have not watched it though, but at least I know something about it. Okay, something, what is happening, what happens. So in this movie, at least you should know that here is something taking place. This one thing why I have introduced, it has created a lot of sensation among the youngsters. This movie, not only the youngsters, I think you have seen the other celebrities as well doing his acting, right? The songs, isn't it? Warner, David Warner and other, the cricketers, they are doing all this. So it has created a worldwide sensation, this movie. Not only in India, worldwide sensation. Therefore, I'm saying, because nowadays this Instagram, they're having this Insta Reels. And if Insta Reels are there, nowadays this trending, there is this trending. So almost 4 songs of Pushpa, at least I have heard 4 songs of Pushpa that were very much in trending. So why Pushpa? Because there was this illegal trading of the red senders. Red senders comes under Appendix 2 of CITES. Remember that. Appendix 2 of CITES. Red sender. Okay. Now, recently in the month of January, I'm moving backwards. Okay. Today I have started with the month of February current affairs, then I will go backward. So you will see in the news of January that red senders has become endangered. Okay, initially it was, before January, it was under near threatened. Now again in the month of January, it has came to endangered. That means as it becomes endangered, it's under threat to extinction. Endangered, then if it becomes critically endangered, then there will be the problem. So we need to read about red senders. We need to read clearly about CITES. So will you do that? Do this. Your assignment, your homework, whatever you consider, please read about red senders. Please read about CITES. Okay. All right. Coming back to the timeline. In the year 1974, World Environment Day made its debut. Okay, tell me one thing. Under the theme, only one Earth. So anyway, this year, your UPSC examination will be held on a certain date. What's the date? When is your UPSC examination, right? Same, World Environment Day. So we cannot guarantee, but maybe. Looking from that perspective, maybe there could be some questions on this perspective. We cannot say I'm not the question maker, right? But we need to think, isn't it? So if you see World Environment Day, even in the year 1974, the theme was only one Earth. Every year, the theme gets changed. Okay, there is different themes, but interestingly, to celebrate the 50 years of it, to celebrate the 50 years of UNEP, again, this year, the theme of World Environment Day is just the same, only one Earth, just like it was in 1974. So it's easy to remember, I hope. Only one Earth. The same theme in 1974 has been repeated this year. Okay, every year theme changes, but this theme has been repeated. So only one Earth means there is only one Earth. It's better to think or to protect our Earth rather than thinking about making an environment on the Mars. Am I right? Do you agree with me? Rather than thinking it in so much of sophisticated way, creating an atmosphere which is feasible for the people in Mars, searching for oxygen, searching for water, all these things. Rather than that, why don't we try to protect our environment? Why don't we try to protect our Mother Earth? It's more easy to do so, isn't it? So anyway, so basically it focuses on the importance of living sustainably in harmony. And when I mean sustainable, that means, of course, we human are not some isolated species. Am I right? So whenever we are not isolated, we will have to depend on the environment for our survival. But whenever we use the term sustainable, always means, it means we need to utilize the products of the environment. We need to utilize, but never exploit. I keep on saying that you can utilize, you can extract the resources, you can extract the natural resources, but in a limit, without exploiting it. If you are exploiting, you will have to pay it back. So this is the concept of sustainable environment. Am I clear? And how to gain this? Of course, there are a lot of peoples who rather than thinking about all this, they will every time think about making money. So rather than making money, we should adapt. Therefore, the government should adopt some policies. If some policies are being adopted, then there will be some kind of binding that we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't do that. Normally, we should have our own conscience that we shouldn't do this or that. So it's your duty as a UPSC or as a civil service aspirant that you should know what's right and what's wrong. Yeah. Okay. Then again, this we have seen. And then important, 1979 Convention on Migratory Species, also known as Bonn Convention, CMS, Convention on Migratory Species. This is something that we have again learned. Yes, Convention on Migratory Species. So it basically tries to conserve all the types of species, whether it's terrestrial, that means living on land, species that lives on land, species that lives on water, aquatic, or avian species. Avian means birds, right? So animals, birds, so together it belongs to the group, it belongs to the kingdom of Animalia. Right, the kingdom Animalia. The birds are also under the kingdom of Animalia. So basically, the Bonn Convention, it tries to protect all the migratory species. And if you see, it also has two appendices. Appendix 1, those migratory species which are endangered. And under Appendix 2, we have if some kind of international cooperation or international agreement needs to be done in order to conserve those species, then it will come under Appendix